Indecision about what to do about your breakup, whether to reach out or not, whether to move forward or not, these can actually be subtle cues from your nervous system. In this video, we're going to explore what it might be saying about your situation. When you can't stop ruminating and asking yourself questions like, is my partner avoidant? And what kind of avoidant? How do I communicate with an avoidant? How do I reach out? When is the right time to reach out? And for how long should I do no contact? Questions that we ask ourselves during a distressing situation like a sudden breakup or a toxic relationship ending can reflect the current state of our body, obviously our minds, our nervous system, and our attachment system. And likely these types of questions are coming from a nervous system fawn response. So if you've heard of the polyvagal theory created by Stephen Porges, it identifies the three primary nervous system responses that humans experience when they're stressed, which is the fight, flight, and freeze response. Later, there was added the fourth response, which is fawning. And fawning was originally coined by Pete Walker, who wrote the book Complex PTSD, From Surviving to Thriving. It's an amazing book. Even if you don't have CPTSD, I think you could get a lot out of it. It talks about the intersection of attachment and our nervous system. So anyway, to understand why we fawn during a breakup and stay stuck in this place of painful indecision about what to do about our ex, we have to review the three primary responses first. When you're going through a breakup, a fight response could look like wanting to reach out, having this impulse to text them. You're trying to figure things out. You're planning, you're researching, or you're scouring the internet endlessly. And if a fight response is moving towards something or someone, then a flight response naturally is moving away. So that could look like second guessing yourself right after you just came up with a plan about what you were going to do, or worrying if you are going to make the wrong move and push them further away. And then there's freeze. So freezing could look like disconnecting from your needs. It could look like feeling depressed and feeling hopeless, like you're at your wit's end about what to do. It could look like feeling ashamed of the choices that you made in the relationship and ruminating about them over and over again. And then there's fawning. Fawning is a blended nervous system state. It combines aspects of the other three responses. Fawning is the disconnection from our needs to preserve a relationship. What that could mean is fighting for someone else without equally fighting for ourselves. It's the people pleasing, it's the walking on eggshells, or making sure we say the right thing to capture this person's attention. We tell ourselves we need to understand them better, and we need to listen to them uninterrupted while we sort of freeze, showing little outward emotion, making sure that we don't set them off. It's the subtle ways we try to be the person they want in order to get them back. The problem is that fawning is often promoted online as the reconnection solution. You're told to do everything on their terms, to prioritize their needs above your own, and to think very little about yourself and how you're doing and feeling in this situation. It's about them, right? And then it's defined as confidence. But that's not confidence. True confidence isn't about being less of yourself. So your hesitation to reach out isn't misguided. That part of you that hesitates, that part of you second guesses, is actually a clue. It's guiding you to pause. It's guiding you to think about what you're doing and how you're approaching this. For instance, does it really make sense to approach the situation without all of you being present, to try to understand what they're experiencing without also caring about your experience and your truth? More often, I find that the right time to reach out or to do something about the relationship, if that's even something you want to do, is when you're actually feeling unsure about the relationship, uncomfortable or even disappointed with this person and with this situation. Now, that might sound counterintuitive, but when you're feeling this way, you've done the heavy lifting to realize that this person doesn't deserve to be on the pedestal that you've put them on, and that you care more about your own experience than what they think about you. You know, a client once told me, and I've actually heard variations of this from various clients, is that he realized that he actually felt really uncomfortable when he started to talk to his ex again because of the way that she treated him and the recognition that she had actually been treating him this way all along and that he had been tolerating that. He stopped making excuses for her behavior, rationalizing it because of her attachment style or her trauma. Now, of course, the bittersweetness of this moment is that once you're here, you might not actually want this relationship after all. And that's a difficult thing to come to terms with, and why we often stay stuck in fawning longer than is healthy. Because there's a certain grief that comes with that, both the loss of who you thought this person was to you and who they were going to be in the future, and the loss of who you thought you had to be to have this relationship. And while that's difficult, to me, that's the ultimate sign of growth. When you can see the person that you once thought you couldn't live without so clearly. They're flawed, they're human, and that sets people up for a very different kind of success in their relationships. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments and give me a like. And if you think that you want this type of transformation, then I encourage you to explore one-on-one coaching. You can do that right up here. Next up is my video on how to recover from a sudden breakup. I think you'll like it. It's the same sort of vibe as this one. You can check that out also right up here somewhere. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Ciao.